Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy HMK once again, and welcome to a new episode of The Fifth Dimension. In less than 1 week, the Game Awards 2022 is finally upon us. And to talk about the predictions of who could win the value prizes and the world premieres that could go down on the show, I put together an awesome team to talk about it all tonight to you live on both Twitch and YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in the boys. First and foremost, SkywardWing. How you doing today, buddy?
What's good? What's good? Thank you so much for having me. You know, it's always a pleasure to be out here. It's always a good time, literally every single time. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm so glad that you're here once again, back on the Fifth Dimension. And of course, like, just talking to you in general, it's just like, Sky's here. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for being here. But of course, there's more to go down in terms of the list of people in this room. Please, everyone, put your hands together for my boy, Ndakauba. How you doing today?
Hey, yo, what's poppin', people? It's your boy, Young Omega Shenron, a.k.a. the King of Hearts, a.k.a. your Final Fantasy. What's good, people? How y'all doing?
My Final Fantasy or your Final Fantasy?
Yes.
All right, we'll figure that out later. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Of course. And then last but not least, one of my longest friends on YouTube, one of my best friends on YouTube. He already knows, and I have to give a special thank you to this man right here, taking some time away from his vacation over in Japan. Everyone, please welcome Conrad of Commonwealth Realm. How you doing today?
From Tokyo, so yeah, for once you get my morning voice instead of my late evening voice, because it's 2 a.m. in Norway right now, but I guess it's a little bit earlier during the night in Florida, right, HMK? And always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, like, you already know I'm a creature of the night and stuff, which is like, it works out for you because every time we talk, it's always like early morning over there. But it's super early morning. We'll figure it out. The time, time is an illusion.
That's fantastic that you're even here right now and you're in Japan. Like, that's so cool.
So before we get into the real spiel of the show, a lot of you guys must be wondering, hey, HMK, where's the green screen? Well, new month, new hair color, and I had to put in the green in order to, hope and hype up for Tears of the Kingdom possibly being at the Game Awards. And it does not agree with the green screen, so I'm probably gonna not have. I probably can't use the green screen for the rest of the month.
I think it does agree with the green screen.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Disappear.
Yeah, it'll disappear. Like, the fuck, it'll be gone. So let's get right into the real spiel of that, since I already brought up like the cat in the bag or whatever. For Tears of the Kingdom, we're gonna start with our first, I would say, category in terms of spinning off that when it comes to most anticipated game when it comes to the Game Awards. Now, the nominees are Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I'm going to speak for myself and maybe Conrad a little bit, in which, in my opinion, most anticipated game is like Tears of the Kingdom by a very, very large margin. I mean, when people say Final Fantasy 16, I understand. All the other games, in my opinion, are not in the same conversation at all. When I saw people like, for Resident Evil 4, I'm like, really? Like, you're gonna, like, the fifth fucking time we're gonna play Resident Evil 4, you're gonna take that over Tears of the Kingdom? Okay, gotcha. So Tears of the Kingdom's for me. Let me throw the ball over to Conrad first, because of course I'm like, kindred spirit, let's get it. So, most anticipated game.
For me, it's definitely Tears of the Kingdom, and I think also Jeff will go for it because it's the third year in a row that the game is nominated. It was there in 2020, 2021. Lost both times to Elden Ring. The Elden Ring is a masterpiece. It's probably going to get a lot of the awards that we will be going through throughout the night. And the only game, Final Fantasy 16 is Joker here, I would say. Starfield is a game that probably would have been selected if it wasn't for Bethesda's horrible reputation, beginning from Fallout 4 and ending with Fallout 76 and far beyond. 1,000 planets, yeah, Todd Howard, we need to see before we believe.
Howard's like, yeah, Todd Howard. Let me know how that goes. I mean, I've been through it all. I've been through No Man's Sky before. Sky already knows I got burned by that game, man. We don't, I refuse to bring up that game to Dean because he grills me to oblivion and back. He's like, I told you. I'm like, listen, Dean, I want it to be excited. All right, so that's the most anticipated game for me and Conrad. All right, I'm gonna throw it over to Ndakauba. What do you got in the bag? What's in the bag?
All right, now check it, right?
Oh, here it comes.
Now, HMK.
I'm about to take you off this fucking call. Like, I'm about to take you off this call. Like, don't.
Like, you my boy, right?
Oh my God.
Known you for 8 very long years now, almost a whole decade. We've known each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. We all know that game is going to be flames. It absolutely will just not be trash. Just know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Final Fantasy 16.
No, understandable. Like if you were gonna say Starfield or Resident Evil 4, I'd be like, okay, listen, hand smash right now. But no, Final Fantasy 16, understandable, completely understandable.
The thing is, like, I am like stupidly excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I've waited too long for this game, right? But at the same time, I've been waiting so long for Final Fantasy 16 as well. So it's just like. And since I know who's working on Final Fantasy 16, I'm like, you know what? It has the slight edge for me. So it's that game for me, but I'm definitely hyped for Tears of the Kingdom too.
No, it's like very, very much granted. And the fact that Yoshi P is going to be there, and we're going to talk about this as soon as we're done with this category, we're going to talk about that a little bit. But Yoshi P being there, Final Fantasy 16, I'm like, yo. But then I have a homie, you guys already know, Jerome. He's like, I don't give a fuck because it's not going to be about Final Fantasy 14. I'm like, what if it is though? What if they talk about the new? I'm a very Omega level noob, but when it comes to 14, I'm like, what if it's a new raid? What if it's whatever's after Endwalker? I don't know, whatever. But I mean, it's more likely going to be like a 16 trailer to end off the year and end off the 30th anniversary, right? 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy 7? No, not Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy in general is 30 years or 35 years?
It's a lot of years.
We're celebrating the anniversary is this year. It's like whatever. Right. It's probably gonna be Final Fantasy 16. So yeah, SkywardWing. All right. So what's it gonna be? Anticipated game.
I mean, like mine out of this list is easy Zelda. Like that's the others don't even come close because like. Out of all these games, like the closest one who probably could do something is Starfield if they could turn this around. Like,
wow, really?
No, I mean that because Bethesda has made 10s and like Skyrim is genre defining. If they could do that again in space and it works and it's fun and people really like it, I think that'd be really cool. But I have no interest in the game whatsoever because they haven't wowed me at all. But I'm saying I think that has the biggest turnaround. Like I know exactly what I'm getting with Final Fantasy 16. Hogwarts Legacy is going to be fun, probably a nice adventure. I don't know, but I don't know about all that. But and Resident Evil is just a remake of something like you said, something we already got. So Tears of the Kingdom is easy for this one.
Gotcha. Now let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom and wait, is this the right one? Hold on. I was like, the music is like really loud. Hold on. I apologize if the music was a little too loud for you guys. But let's talk about that for a little bit. Tears of the Kingdom, anticipated game. I feel like it's going to win. If Final Fantasy 16 doesn't take it, because I feel like that's the only thing that could hold a candle to that category. How are we feeling on the possibility? Because I'm feeling really, really good. And Conrad already said it about a trailer of Tears of the Kingdom at the Game Awards. Because I mean, like the fact that Yoshi P is already going to be there, because I feel like I don't know. I feel like time is like fate is tempted to like, oh, whoever wins most anticipated game, they show up and they're like, oh, thank you so much for helping us win this award. Hey, we have something really special for y'all, right? And if Final Fantasy 16 takes it, then Yoshi will get up and do that. But he's already going to be there. So I mean, I feel a Final Fantasy 16 trailer is already a shoo-in. And if Tears of the Kingdom wins, and like, listen, I don't care if it's rigged or not. I don't give a shit, right? If it's just like, if it's rigged for them to win only to show a trailer, I'm fine with that. And I'm pretty sure everyone here is fine with that too. So how are y'all feeling of the idea of a Tears of the Kingdom trailer? I'm gonna throw it over to Ndakauba first.
Okay, so I gotta kind of backtrack a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes down to the Game Awards, ever since we got like, I forgot which was the last character for Smash that was announced. Was it Sephiroth?
At the Game Awards, yeah. I think that was the last one at the Game Awards, yeah.
Yeah. And it's no secret. Like, I'm not saying like the Game Awards doesn't have like, you know, heavy hitters or whatever the case may be. They do every now and then, but for the most part, ever since like Sephiroth got announced for Smash, after that point, viewership started going down for Game Awards. Like, let's not cap, right? But when it comes down to like these games, like all of them, right? These are some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So like with Yoshi P already being there, by default, I'm expecting either an expansion to Final Fantasy 14 or an update for Final Fantasy 16. So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
If they pull up, right, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom wins most anticipated game, I will be shocked if we don't get a trailer or some sort of news, something, right? But if imagine like most anticipated game, like maybe like a little bit like before Game of the Year or some crap, they bring up, oh yeah, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom wins, but you know, they gave out their speech, and then, oh yeah, we have a little trailer for you guys. Bro, everybody would lose their minds, myself included. Like, it's time. That'll be such a heavy hit. I need that.
Yeah, I 100% considering that, like Conrad said, that like Tears of the Kingdom has been nominated for most anticipated game for like 3 years running, and the fact that this is the Game Awards, the first time in years where people's actually going to be there. And I'm already getting the vibe that Jeff Keighley's like, oh, I want to make this one special, considering that people actually paid to be here. That's going to be the biggest show. That look at all these nominees, and like all the nominees right now for all the categories look really, really good, right? And the fact that we have already Yoshi P coming, and it's already been confirmed that Tekken 8 is going to get a new trailer at the Game Awards, which is already insane. And then there's rumors about Street Fighter 6 being there, rumors about Spider-Man 2 being there, and then Crash is going to show up at some point. That's already been confirmed. So I mean, like it's something like this Game Awards has, in my opinion, the potential to be the best Game Awards since 2017, right? And if Tears of the Kingdom shows up there, it's like it's solidified for me. But I'm gonna throw it over to Sky really quick and ask him what he thinks about that possibility.
I think the Game Awards in general, for it to be really good, has a lot to do with its pacing.
Right.
You know, like they always have strong announcements, but you know, not for everybody. But how long are the gaps between them? How much of this is going to be ads? How much of this is going to actually be a celebration of the gaming industry? And then we get the orchestra, which is like the coolest thing. I love that when they do that, where they mash together all the nominees into one like track. That's so sweet. But I don't know. I'm optimistic because you know they've probably learned from their mistakes. I'm sure Jeff's on Twitter, and I'm sure he gets cyberbullied to oblivion. Oh my god! Like he's on here
on his shoes alone. On his shoes alone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he sees this. He probably takes some of that into consideration and understands what people like or don't like. So I'm excited in general. It's gonna be fun. It's always just what's gonna happen, you know?
Right. Hopefully something good. Hopefully something bad. All right. So Conrad, like I already know that you and me, we're gunning for a Tears of the Kingdom trailer. I want to know a percentage of like likelihood from you on like how much of a percentage do you think we're gonna have in, you know, a Tears of the Kingdom trailer showing up?
So first and foremost, I'm going to say that I land back on December 7th for a good reason. One is that my passport is expiring 3 days later, but the other one is to, of course, be back for the Game Awards and not be in Japan when that happens. I need my setup and everything. And if Tears of the Kingdom shows up, we all know it's madness until the end of the year, and way beyond that as well. The thing is, I'm actually going to put it at 30%. And the reason is Nintendo's development and relationship with the Game Awards since 2019. The moment Reggie left, and then, I mean, the very close friend of Jeff Keighley, the host and owner of the Game Awards, Nintendo has not shown up with their own IPs. And then I don't count Smash, because those are old third-party announcements, which could have been heavily pressured by...
I was gonna say, like, other than Smash, just like they had nothing.
Exactly. And Doug Bowser, whenever a Nintendo game won an award, he just picked up the award and hurried off the stage, so there were no speculation regarding any announcements. So I'm actually going to say that I am not sure if we're going to see Zelda. I think there's a bigger likelihood that we're not going to see Zelda, and that they're saving it for something big in the beginning of next year, because Nintendo's focus is, of course, on selling games now during the holiday season. And if Zelda is tied to any kind of new piece of hardware, I just don't see it happening at the Game Awards for that specific reason. If there is no hardware, then I think it could happen.
Right.
But finally, I want to bring up one other point, and that is that NCL, so Nintendo Corporate Limited here in Japan, in Kyoto, has since Furukawa took over in 2018 pretty much removed all sort of Nintendo presence at any type of shows outside of, I would say commercials. Everything else is because you see the Switch everywhere on billboards, on subway commercials, quizzes of Splatoon 3 and so on here in Japan. But when it comes to their presence at shows hosted by others, Nintendo has just completely disappeared since Tatsumi Kimishima stepped down as president in 2018, and then the president right now, Shintaro Furukawa, took over. So I think it's the combination of Furukawa and taking over and Doug Bowser not being allowed to do so much by Nintendo Corporate Limited here in Japan that could prevent Zelda from showing up at the Game Awards. Because I think also Nintendo's become very arrogant because of their success. Well, at least parts of it has become. And that could be like, oh yeah, we don't need the Game Awards, even though the Game Awards is probably going to get 85 plus, if not even more, million views. But from a Japanese conservative's point of view, I don't think they feel like they need it. They know that this game is going to sell like nothing else. Just look at how Pokemon is selling. Look at how Splatoon is selling. Look at how any game on the Switch is breaking all kinds of records. So they don't need it. And if they don't need it, they don't have to go to the desperation that they were in 2015.
Exactly.
2014, 2016, and 2017. When they were completely dependent on the Switch succeeding when the Wii U had completely flopped.
Yep. That's like what I would say what's what I'm looking for? The harsh reality of the business side of Nintendo. And just, we're always thinking about the fun side of them, like doing events, being at events, showing off things. But that's completely valid, like everything you said. Hopefully, Nintendo will turn around and show off something good, something cool or whatnot. But we're gonna have to wait and see it. Like I believe in Jeff to a degree that he'll be able to like convince, like, hey, listen, something, anything, and then just like get a ball rolling. But to continue on to the other categories when it comes to nominees, because we have a big show lined up for the Game Awards. Let's get it, boys. Best Adaptation, which is a video game adaptation in a different type of media. The nominees are the
hardest category. I'm gonna say objectively right now.
No,
this was the most tough category of all time.
Except one. No, except one. All right. The nominees are Arcane, League of Legends, Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted, which I feel doesn't belong there. 100%.
Did you see Uncharted?
I did. It was mad mid.
It was mad mid. I would argue.
Of course, you would argue
to a Uncharted game.
Sonic.
It was very accurate in some points. I was like, even to like the shots. The whole final sequence in that film is literally Uncharted 2.
Okay.
Uncharted 1. Uncharted 3?
Neat.
The one with the pirate ship.
Yeah. Nito finito. Wait, Conrad, what'd you say?
I think I forgot Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
No, I'm pretty sure I said Sonic, because like that's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm getting it out of the way. That's my choice. I'm like,
I voted.
Yeah, same.
All right, so there you go. 3 out of 4, Sonic the Hedgehog. Conrad, which one you're choosing?
Okay, I'm very biased because, of course, I'm half Polish, and we all know that Edge Runners is a collab between CD Projekt Red.
You know what?
Sorry. CD's Nuts Project Red.
But you know what, Conrad? Valid. Edge Runners was amazing.
Yeah, like the impact of that show, both on Netflix, and the fact that like the English voice casting in that was wow. Like the fact that they got Gus from Breaking Bad to do the one of the main villains, because there is no real main villain in Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's the setting that is the villain.
Yeah.
So I would say that the most influential probably this year was Cyberpunk Edge Runners, because it pretty much saved an entire game,
Oh yeah.
which is a big and the adaptation is so accurate to the game. Like when you look at the locations, the interiors, the guns, it's 1-to-1 literally in Cyberpunk. Like if you go and play Cyberpunk after playing Edge Runners, it's like shit, it's literally 1-to-1. And I would argue that Edge Runners has a better story, a better pacing, a better structure.
Well, I mean, Studio Trigger, like they're really good at what they do, and I definitely understand what Edge Runners. I fell in love with that. The animation was phenomenal. The music, the characters, like everything was so good. But the thing is, like for Edge Runners, it did the same effect for me that Arcane did for League of Legends. Now, listen, I am a former recovering League of Legends addict, right? So, like, when I saw people watch Arcane and they're like, yo, this looks amazing, let me try League of Legends, I'm like, don't do it, don't, please, no. You know the from Breaking Bad when Mr. White is in the car, it's like, and he's screaming out from the car when he's like handcuffed.
No, Hank.
Yeah, Hank, don't do it. That was me when I saw people like trying to give League of Legends a try, and I'm like, don't do it, right? But Arcane was amazing. The Cuphead show, it was fun. But the thing is, for me, that Sonic the Hedgehog edges out all of them is that Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, in terms of movies, it broke the curse. It broke the video game movie curse in such a big way. People could say that, like, oh, Warcraft came pretty close, or Prince of Persia came pretty close, or whatever the fuck. And then probably Detective Pikachu was, like, good. And then when Super Mario movie comes out, they're like, oh, that's probably going to be, like, the best one. But the thing is, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 broke the curse in such a way that was, like, phenomenal. Like, how you go from, like, ugly Sonic to this, and when you look at the track record of the director, of the writers, I thought this movie had all of the makings to be utter dog shit, right? Because the writers, they were just known for writing like literal smut, and then the director, Jeff Fowler, had no experience whatsoever directing films before Sonic the Hedgehog, and the perfect storm happened, and they knocked it out of the park not once but twice. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was such, like, I love Sonic the Hedgehog 1, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was such an improvement over that, and then introduced so many things. And I'm sorry if you haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm gonna go and spoil it. But the fucking end credit scene, shout out the fucking Hedgehog, bro. I was screaming, and I'm like, oh boy. And I'm like, listen, if they bring in Shadow, they are gonna bring in Shadow in Sonic 3. If they bring in Metal, if they bring in Amy, if they bring in Rouge, it's dude. Sonic is back! Yo, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 out here killing in the theaters. Sonic Frontiers being a good fucking game. Yo, Sonic Prime.
What a time to be alive.
Yo, Sonic Prime looks good. Like,
Wait, I gotta say this. I definitely gotta say this because I know Sky said this earlier. Yeah. Look, in all honesty, right? Yeah. The options, apart from Uncharted, they're all really good. Like,
all of them. Yeah.
I understand. It was okay. I like Uncharted.
Okay,
you know what? Uncharted was okay, right? But like seriously, all of this is so freaking hard to pick because in truth, if I were to like ask like a random person, hey, yo, like what'd you pick for best adaptation? Oh, I picked the Cuphead show. Understandable. Hey, the show was good. Did you pick Arcane? Yeah, I picked Arcane. Understandable, right? But again, the thing with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is that at first, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 was looking like some trash. I don't know what they were thinking first with Ugly Sonic, right?
Yeah.
But then afterwards, they listened to the fans. They changed up everything. I'm pretty sure they changed up the script a little bit too. And that movie not only became such a hit, it was the best animated like video game adaptation of all time at the time. And then afterwards, they made Sonic 2, and that topped Sonic 1. Like it's insane to me, like how well like Sega and everybody else who worked on that, like I would say franchise for the movies did. It's insane. And plus they also have our respect because I believe they allowed Disney to use Ugly Sonic for one of the Chip and Dale movies, I think. Which is also fire because they're embracing the meme. So yeah, like Sonic.
Did you see
2,
the
bro?
movie, by the way?
I did.
I never got to.
Oh, it's hilarious.
So Ugly Sonic, I don't care if you care about spoilers, but he's like a character. He's not like, he doesn't show up for one scene. He shows up a couple of times. He even saves the day.
Yeah, he's like a legit character.
He's a character.
Yeah. He's not a cameo. There you go. He's not a cameo. He does shit. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I would also like to add something else here, which I initially forgot regarding this whole category, because we're talking about adaptation here, right? That is like the name of the category. And yes, we've had good gaming anime shows in the past, at least decent ones. I think Cyberpunk is up there with the best ones. Arcane is hard to call anime because of the art style.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. It's more animation. I would count it more into the animation category. Well, or 3D animation category, because that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes Sonic 2 stand out for me in a different way is that, unlike the Mario movie, which is coming out March, April, depending on where you live, it isn't an animated movie. It is a live-action movie. And pulling off that with a video game IP has been absolutely impossible up to this point. Not even Nintendo is trying to do that again after the disaster that was the first Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Hey, I like
the fact that Sonic, the fact that Sonic has actually managed to make not 1, 2, but most likely 3 solid live-action video game movies using the characters, setting, premise, and doing it very well. Like, yeah, there's sections in Sonic 2 that I felt like slowed it down a little bit too much for my taste, because Sonic is all about speed, which we also see in Frontiers. But I think they will acknowledge the leap and bounds and the literally one giant step for video games in the world of movie industry, because this is the first real live action movie adaptation that is having proper Hollywood success, and even being the number 1 movie in the world, turning Morbius into a meme when they stated, "Oh, we're number 1 movie in the world." No, Sonic 2.
Man, I'm just so happy. It's so awesome to love Sonic again like this and whatnot. But before we move on to the next category, Sky, you have anything to add on Sonic the Hedgehog 2, since that was your choice?
Fun blockbuster flick. Just everything about it was theatric in a way where it got Sonic. It was fast, it was fun, and I could sit in front of a big screen and watch it again and again. It's really one of those films. You can just throw it on. So far.
All right, same. I'm about to boot him. What?
I said also Knuckles is the GOAT. That is all.
Oh yeah, and Idris Elba did an amazing job as him. Holy shit. All right, moving on before we keep gushing about this. Now, the next category we're going to tackle is Best Multiplayer. Now, this is going to be a discussion because I already know Sky is all up on one of these games. But the nominees are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm gonna get mine out of the way. Okay, no. Actually, I'm gonna throw it over to Sky first. Go for it. You go ahead.
Get Overwatch 2 out of there.
Yeah,
get that out of there right now. Don't even talk to me. I played that game for it was more than 2-3 games, and I was like, the trauma I felt from the first game started rushing back, and I immediately uninstalled. I was like, I can't go through this again, and it's worse. They made it worse.
5v5. Oh man.
No, and the queue takes 40 years. You're locked into your specific. Oh my god. I don't.
Yo, just say Multiverses.
Yeah, Multiverse is great. But I'll get to that. You were saying I just wanted to get Overwatch out of there. I just needed to say that.
All right, so for my personal choice, it's because I'm gonna say this right now. Multiverses, I'm still playing it every now and again. I boot it up. It doesn't click with me as much as it does with Sky. I have to give it a Splatoon 3. That shit, man. I can't put that shit down. Splatoon 3. That's my choice for for multiplayer. And the fact that they added they added a battle pass to Splatoon 3, which was insane. You don't pay for it, it's free. It's it's a free battle pass, and it's about to reset in a couple of days. I'm like, yo, this is I was in it to win it, and the Splatfests are infinitely more fun now that there's 3 categories or whatnot. So for me, Splatoon 3 takes it. But I'm gonna throw it over to Sky now because I already know he's gonna say it, so let's get that out of the way.
I wish I liked Splatoon.
Oof.
I really do. because like I played 3 and the single player is awesome. I love that. I ate it up. But this is best multiplayer category. I got back on multiplayer, and when you boot up the game, it does this thing where it's like, oh, you have a Splatoon 2 save. You want to bring over your thing. I was just mashing to get to the game. I did not want to do that because it gave me like a 60-hour file on my day 1 thing. So it just matchmade me with all the sweats, and I got obliterated. I didn't want to play no more. I was like, I just wanted to have.
What do you mean? I thought it was like riding a bike. Yo, you couldn't remember your Splatoon days?
Hell, I am not a kid no more, nor am I a squid, bro.
Wow.
I can't. I got bodied. Two was trauma too.
Wait. All right. Your forgiveness hinges on this answer, SkywardWing. Your forgiveness hinges on. What did you choose in Splatocalypse?
Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Like
Splatocalypse. The final Splatfest of Splatoon 2. What side did you choose?
Yeah, Chaos.
Get the fuck out of here! No, it's your fucking fault. We're in the desert, and you don't.
Land.
No, it's your fault. We're in the desert, and you don't want to give Splatoon 3 a shot. Get the fuck out of here! Man, Ndakauba, it's your turn. And Ndakauba, go. It's your turn. Best multiplayer. Man, how could you? You're the one who fucked us to this fucking barren ass wasteland. He's like, no, man. All right, enjoy your fucking vacation under the sun, man. Ndakauba.
Multiverses is my favorite though. That's the one. That's the one I voted for.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
All right, so my man Sky was preaching when he said about Overwatch 2, right? See, I do be playing the game, but no, that does not need to be here at all. Please take that off. Now here's the thing. I didn't play Shredder's Revenge, but I played Modern Warfare 2, the beta. Personally, I think my COD days are over, right?
Yeah.
But I still respect it. You know what I'm saying? And I know a ton of people are actually enjoying Modern Warfare 2.
They're on this COD. I've heard by groups like, get on. You try to get on. I'm like, oh shit, people playing this here?
Yeah. Apparently, Modern Warfare 2 is fire, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo, I might. Like, yeah,
like a lot of my homies just be playing it consistently. Like, yo, you hopping on, bro? Like, I mean, I don't got the game, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so I respect it, right? Multiverses, same thing for me. Again, I tried it, wasn't for me, but I respect it because I know a lot of people like it. I know Sky was constantly on that game.
This game ruined my life for a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you. This game had me in a chokehold. I was neglecting my loved ones and beating asses back, man.
Bro. But me personally, I would say that at least my top 3 are definitely Splatoon 3, Multiverses, and Modern Warfare 2. Personally, I would pick Splatoon 3.
There you go.
I remember when that game launched, bro, everybody was on that game. People are still on that game. Actually, wasn't the last Splatfest Pokemon theme? Yeah. Like, bro, everybody was on that game.
Yo, Water won that shit. Like, Big Man cleared it. There was no 1, 2, 3. There was 1 and 2 3s, right? Big Man cleared that shit. Like, oh, look at me, Team Water win, because Team Grass didn't know what they were doing, and then I chose Team Fire, which was a bunch of glue eaters at the time and whatnot. So we ended up losing, and then you know what? Jokes on every motherfucker who chose Team Water, because you know what? Quackleval is the worst starter out of the 3. So enjoy yourselves.
Crazy.
I'm not. No, Sky. I'm talking.
I love Quackleval.
No. You can love its design. You can love that Pokemon. I'm not telling you can't. I'm telling you from an objective, competitive, stat-wise point of view, Quackleval is the worst one.
And you know, as the resident fire starter for every generation,
yeah,
Skeletor.
Skeletor is the best one. Let's fucking go. Yes.
Although
it is really cool. I will say, it is really cool.
Yeah.
I will say, Meowscarada does have a busted signature move. It's
not Masquerade is really fucking good. Masquerade is really good, but Masquerade is like super squishy and has way too many weaknesses.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
water type on the Splatfest though.
You know, enjoy yourself. All right. Yeah. So thank you so much, Ndakauba. Let's throw it over to Conrad before I get more heated. Yo, Conrad, what you looking at for best multiplayer?
This one is really hard because it depends really much on what you've played this year. I think Multiverses has a good shot because it's free to play, and it is a very ambitious game. Like, it is a proper competitor to Smash. It's just that I feel like it maybe is a better fit for a best ongoing game, say a year from now.
Yeah.
Because the impact of like Overwatch 2 should not be here. Like, that launch was a complete and utter disaster. It definitely shouldn't be here. But I feel like this is maybe, as you said, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, really good game, but I feel it's a game you play once, and then you go through it. It's fun. Yes, it has a multiplayer component, but yeah, I don't think it should be in this category. I guess it's just here because,
It does
it was
have
good enough for the
the-
indie category. Yeah.
I would say it does have the uniqueness of 6-player local, which they haven't done.
That's
like, I've
true.
never played a game like that, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And every time I thought about
That's
it,
true. But if you look at competitive online, I have to say Splatoon 3, like the competitive scene of that game, the impact of the franchise at all. Like this has been, like Splatoon has been much bigger in Japan since its first game. But I think it's picking up pace now in the West as well. So if that is being recognized, then I think Splatoon 3. Otherwise, I think it might be between Multiversus and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I don't think Call of Duty is going to get it, though, because of how controversial of a choice that would be with such good competitors.
Exactly.
So Jeff could be smart, and the panel he works with could be smart and just go for Multiversus. But I feel like if there's 1 year to give best multiplayer game to Nintendo, it's this year.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like I feel the last year that they won was like Smash, but I mean, like it's whatever. Moving on to the next categories that we're going to be talking about, because I'm skipping a couple because I mean, like, yo, which one of us plays racing games? We don't. I mean, Conrad might.
Gran Turismo 7 is one of the greatest games. Actually, I have no.
And there it is.
Yeah, no. Gran Turismo is a great racing simulator, not a good racing game. It never was a good racing game. It's a great racing simulator. It's not a game. Okay, best role-playing game. This is what we're jumping to, all right? Because I know all of us in this call is all about that.
Actually, let's just decide the best sports category quickly, because I'm gonna be untraditional here and say Ollie World.
Sports. What are we talking about? Wait,
What's in this category?
All right, so we got.
Give Ollie World a chance. That's all I'm going to say.
That's what I chose. I chose Ollie World because like that's it. All right, we all agree Ollie
Me
World.
too. I voted that too.
I didn't vote on that category.
I played Ollie, and that game is fantastic.
All right, so the nominees were F122, FIFA 23, NBA 2K23, and Gran Turismo 7, and Ollie World. I hope Ollie World wins. All right, so there, we did it. All right, moving on. Best, let's see, best role-playing game. We got some really nasty heavy hitters here, like super nasty. We got Elden Ring. We got Live Alive. We got Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I honestly love that game, but what are you doing here? We got Triangle Strategy, and we got Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh my God! So, listen. Guys, listen. I want everyone on Twitch, on YouTube, everyone to listen on this call. Listen. Are you listening?
My ears are open.
Are you seceding?
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Listen. I loved Elden Ring. I really did. And people was like, it's not an RPG. I'm like, yes, it is. Like whoever says that our Elden Ring isn't an RPG is a psycho, right? But I have to give it to fucking Xenoblade. Now let me explain why. All right. Now I understand that Elden Ring allows you to be who you want to be, just like every other Soulsborne game. You could pour your stats into being like a sorcerer or a mage or a monk, or you want to do 2 fencing weapons, or you want to be a brute with like 2 gargantuan weapons, like 2 big axe swords. You can do whatever you want, which is amazing in an RPG. It really is. It truly is. And I get that. And I got that wonder and that sense of like belonging, of like, this is who I am. Like personally, when I play RPGs, I'm more in line of a fucking spellblader. That's why I really like to be. That's why I'm probably going to end up paying for Final Fantasy 14 Online, A Realm Reborn, so I can be a red mage.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, you already know. So like, that's who I am in Elden Ring. All right. And that is amazing. Now, but for Xenoblade is a completely different conversation, because we have a whole party of people that can learn every single class and learn moves from every other class in order to curate a team of either busted ass glue eaters or like an end game team or whatever you want. You want to give them all guns? Go for it. You want to give them all staves? Go for it. You want to have them all learn Oreo? Go for it. Just like that, just had that sense of wonder to the maximum for me in Xenoblade. And I loved just like, okay, I'm getting this class. Let me see how it works on Uni. Let me get this class. Let me see how it works on Tyon. All right, let's put Tyon in Uni like this. I'm gonna have Noah be this, and I'm gonna have Mio like this. Let's see how this works. Oh, that sucks. Move on. Try again. Try again. Try again. And that's that freedom of being who you want to be without being locked in on who you can be is the main difference between why I edge this out for Xenoblade 3 against Elden Ring. So that's me. That's me.
I can't hold my tongue in, bro. Like,
Go for it.
I know you usually pass it off, but I got too much to talk about. Okay, so personally speaking, I have not played Elden Ring. Again, I don't hate the game. I just never had the opportunity to play it. It is what it is. Again,
You never played Elden Ring?
I never got to play it, but I respect it to the fullest. I never had the opportunity.
Ooh.
I never had the chance. But what I will say is, right? Live Alive, I heard was fire. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Oh man, that game was fantastic. Triangle Strategy Flames. But let me tell you guys about the gospel that is Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
There it is.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Everything HMK said is facts, right? And what's crazy is I played every single Xenoblade game, all of them, all 4 of them. I love each and every single one of them. But Xenoblade 3, the environments, the music, the story, the characters, the gameplay, bruh. Oh my God, that game is phenomenal. And when I tell you, look, earlier HMK mentioned Red Mage in Final Fantasy 14, which by the way, that is my class.
Yeah.
The thing is, in Final Fantasy 14 and also previous Final Fantasy games as well, but specifically in 14, there's a class in there called the Blue Mage, and it allows you to use anything. All the busted moves that bosses use, you can learn as a Blue Mage.
Ooh.
Freaking Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has that class, and it's called Soul Hacker.
Yep.
It is phenomenal. Everybody in your party can learn Soul Hacker. Like, and also Triton is the GOAT. Like, again, you get to learn practically a Blue Mage class. Like, can I speak spoilers?
Yeah.
Xenoblade 3 has been out for a bit now.
Yeah.
Bro, you can unlock Melia and Nia and use them in the freaking game, bro. Oh my freaking Lord. Xenoblade 3 is, in my opinion, the definitive choice. It's a straight 10 out of 10 for me. That game is phenomenal.
Agree to a certain extent.
My heart.
Okay, I'm going to say that, but the thing is, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is definitely a masterpiece, and I don't think any Nintendo game released on the Switch has been anywhere to scale, scope, and ambition of that game. I just feel like Elden Ring is going to be doing a sweep at this Game Award, and they have a very difficult balancing act when handing out these rewards between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok, and I'm afraid that in all categories where Elden Ring is nominated alone, they're going to win it. That is my fear. Yeah. I think they are preparing a sweep. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is nominated for, I would say, kindness reasons. It's a very strong contender by all means, but we also tend to forget a different game here on this list, and that's Triangle Strategy. A game that has gone under the radar for so many people, but everyone has played it, and I've talked to who has played it, says it's absolutely phenomenal. And if there's a game that gives you true impact on choices, consequences, like, isn't that what RPG is? It's all about building your experience and ending up in situations that, well, you didn't know or could expect. So I think that, unfortunately, Elden Ring is going to take it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a very close number 2, and Triangle Strategy is number 3, because Pokemon Legends Arceus, as good as it was, yeah, it's the technical stuff that is just dragging down Pokemon in general. And Live Alive is a remake of a game that was already released in Japan before. So that's my reasoning for all of this.
Right.
That's so fair, because Elden Ring, again, like, it's like I said, Xenoblade, I love that game. I do think it's a 10 out of 10. But yeah, Elden Ring, just with how prevalent of a game that was, especially on Twitch, yeah, like the fact of it being there, everybody's gonna pick it, which sucks because Xenoblade is such a
we might be surprised. Hopefully we'll be surprised. All right, Sky, what do you think for best RPG?
So I played 2 out of the 5 games here, and for Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's still the best Pokemon game ever.
Talk to him.
Like,
Nope.
just Scarlet and Violet came out, and it is a lesser game than Arceus, just definitively in terms of how the game runs, the type of content the game has. It's just it laid down the groundwork, and hopefully Gen 10 will be crazy because now they'll have the time to put whatever Arceus into the Pokemon formula they can moving forward. But
Voice acting.
let's Pokemon. That's not why we're here. I have never played a game like Elden Ring. The game of the year decided it happened in February. That's when this game came out. It happened in February, and I knew it. And I knew then and there because I've never played a game like this. I never played a game that has like this is the thing that's important about this. I hate Souls games. I'm terrible at all of them. The Bloodborne, the Dark Souls, the Demon Souls. I am god awful at all of them. But then Elden Ring introduces the open world formula that allows you to leave from whatever ass whooping you're going to go to another one, and it is one of the most glorious explorations. And it is a loop that it's gonna show up a lot in this, but there's a reason. There's a reason it's here to clean up.
No, it's pretty peak. It's pretty peak.
Whoa.
Like
it is one of the it is one of the best games I've ever played. And I
like Ndakauba, play this fucking game, bro. Like your eyes are gonna be open up
too. You can play with friends too. You could go online and you could jump into the world and play with up to 2 other players and just explore, chill, and
or you could fuck them up.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
Ndakauba, you gotta play this game. Like, God. And you know what's funny? I read an interview today where Miyazaki, the guy responsible for Elden Ring, he said something along the lines like, I don't know why the game is doing so good. Like, I don't know why everyone's loving it. I don't understand why. And I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, he's been like that ever since he revealed this fucking game. He was being very, very humble about it. Like absurdly humble. And I'm like, yo.
And that's the thing.
This
whole genre it scares me away. I don't like it, and I'm so eager for more Elden Ring type content or more Elden Ring in general. I want more, and I cannot wait. I'm there day one.
That's why I honestly believe that at the Game Awards we might get a reveal of Elden Ring DLC.
Please. I'm ready to go back. Let's try me in. I'm ready to go back.
Have you been in Millennia yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh, I need to get up on that. I'm at her right now. That's why I stopped. But all right. So that's best role playing, you guys. Oof.
No, that's the thing about this whole thing is that Elden Ring is going to show up in a lot of categories, and
it is.
It's tough. This is going to be, if it's not Elden Ring, it's God of War, and it's sometimes really not going to be God of War.
So speaking of this next category, Elden Ring is not in it. So we're gonna be talking about we actually have to almost do a lightning round. So let's keep our thoughts short when it comes to this next couple categories because I know we're gonna want to break it down towards the last couple of ones. All right. So best action adventure. Here we have the nominees of A Plague Tale: Requiem, God of War: Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. I haven't even beaten the game yet. I'm still playing it right now, but I'm giving it to God of War Ragnarok because I recently beat God of War on the PS5. Like right before Ragnarok dropped, that's when I beat God of War, and I understand where all the hype came from. And I'm like, this is a fucking game. This is a fucking game. Like holy shit! And then Ragnarok is just all of that and more so far. So please, no spoilers. But so far, what I'm playing it, I understand everything, so I'm giving it to that. I'm gonna throw over to Sky this time first for best action adventure.
I haven't played God of War yet. I know it's gonna be phenomenal, but I only voted for the games I've played.
Right.
So I voted for Stray, and I still haven't really played Stray. I'm only a little bit in.
Is it really that good?
It's pretty. It's a vibe. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But God of War's gonna clean this up for you.
Oh yeah. All right, so with that being said, Conrad, what do you think on best action adventure game?
Like Tunic is amazing, but I think it is.
I haven't played Tunic yet.
It is as a Zelda fan.
I know. I just I'm like Ndakauba. I'm like Ndakauba who didn't play Elden Ring yet. I'm like that. I just haven't gotten around to getting into it yet. I'm gonna download it right now.
Tunic.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Ndakauba.
Before Game Awards, you need to play Tunic. It's okay because you are missing out. This game is pretty much what we want 2D Zelda I mean top-down Zelda to evolve into.
I've heard.
It's a direction to go into, but I think that game is going to win the indie awards, or indie categories within the Game Awards, and this is going to go to God of War Ragnarok. Like, it's all about a balancing act, so that one doesn't get like. This is a very hard job for Jeff Keighley, but I think this category is just set up for God of War Ragnarok. Action, the setup, the boss fights, the boss fights. Oh my god, the boss fights in God of War Ragnarok. Wow.
Yeah, don't tell me. I'm still playing. All right, so we're done with action adventure. Now, next category is best action game, in which we have for the nominees Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Personally, for this one, I gave it to Bayonetta 3. I played a little bit of it with my fiance. She's beaten the game, and I'm a sucker for like Devil May Cry-esque action, beat 'em up, hack and slashes, right? And Bayonetta 3 seems to be really, really cool. More weapons than the previous games, more ways to play and whatnot. So I'm giving it to Bayonetta 3. Shit looks fucking phenomenal, and then it actually runs really well on the Switch. So that's what I'm giving it to. Conrad, what do you think for best action game?
Best action game, I think, like, the problem with Bayonetta 3 is that it is a very much sensory overload game, and my good friend Nintendo is also traveling with me here in Japan, and also Roger Space have had problems playing this game because of some of the visual effects. It just makes us sick, and that's also why we couldn't review the game. But based on the Metacritic score and on the other one, I think this is between Bayonetta 3 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, because Shredder's Revenge is just such a good action game. It does what it wants to do so flawlessly. And my problem with Bayonetta 3 is it's not even the best Bayonetta. And that
I've heard that.
Its downfall in this category.
I've heard that. And I definitely understand. Now, it's funny because I have a friend of mine that's like trying to really get me to play Neon White, and I really want to. It looks really, really cool. But moving on with that, Ndakauba, best action game. What are you thinking?
Okay, so again, I haven't played Shredder's Revenge, so I can't say anything about that. I actually have never heard of Neon White until they announced it during the Game Awards nominees,
Really?
All that stuff. Yeah, never heard of it. But what I will say though is Bayonetta 3, crispy game, crispy. But honestly, I picked Sifu. I think a lot of people are now starting to sleep on Sifu, and that game was so unique in the way how it executed combat and progression. Like, it was so dope. Like, literally, I mean, you can run through the game and just, be young, or you get bodied, right?
Yeah.
But the more you get bodied, the more, I'll say, technical you become. You learn new abilities, and you're able to execute like crazier combos. It was so unique. It's such a fire game. Like, I would pick that straight up.
All right. I get it. Damn, I really need to play. I need to play this game. All right, Scott, what do you think? I haven't played Sifu, no.
I put Shredder's Revenge. Shredder's Revenge for me. I put a lot of time into this game. Funny enough, you could do a lot of replays with friends, and the 6-player works well. The online works well. Like, it all does what it has to do, and it's just a fun. Like, I can go back and pick this up for a couple rounds. It's one of those, and I had a good time with it. So definitely I voted for that one.
Nice. All right. Okay. Interesting. All right. Now we're moving on to best indie game, in which we have some really, really cool nominees, in which I have to play all of these. I honestly have to play all of these. Right? We got Cult of the Lamb. We've got Neon White. We got Sifu. We got Stray, and we got Tunic. Personally, I haven't played any of these, and I'm leaning towards like giving it to either Tunic or Cult of the Lamb, considering the type of games they are or whatnot. Maybe Neon White, but that's what I gotta say. I really have to give all these games a shot. What do you think, Ndakauba, in terms of best indie games?
Yeah, out of all these, the only one I've played is Sifu. Although I've seen gameplay of Stray and Tunic, and based off of like major community support, especially like on Twitch, I would say that probably Stray has a good chance of winning this, because I know people were whew, they were loving that game for sure, at least from what I've seen. So yeah, I'd give it to Stray.
Oh, nice. All right, what about you, SkywardWing?
Like I said, Stray's gonna collect it for me again. It doesn't even feel like an indie game that it's in this category. That game is I'm not gonna say indie games aren't polished, but this one feels like it has such a huge budget around it. Like I would not be able to tell it's an indie title.
Damn. Nah. God, I need to play Stray. All right, what are you thinking? I'm pretty much. I think I know what you're gonna say, Connor. But what are you thinking?
I think Stray's going to win.
Oh, really? Not
but
Tunic?
I rather want Tunic. But
Right.
I rather want Tunic to win it because if we look at game quality, Tunic is a better game than Stray.
Ooh, big words. I can't even I
haven't played it either.
Yeah, exactly. I can't say none because I haven't played either. So I'm like, dang, you're gonna say this one, this. But like, yeah. All right, so that's best indie game. You know what? We're gonna play. We're not play. We're gonna talk about best ongoing game, right? In which we got the nominees of Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Listen, I lost my soul to Genshin Impact, but I honestly gave it to Final Fantasy 14 for this. So that's why I gave it to. And Ndakauba, what do you think?
All right, look, Final Fantasy 14 is right there. Now, here's the thing, right? Obviously, all 5 of these games are prevalent. All of them are, right? Lots of people play each and every single one of them. I will say Fortnite is, I would say, the new Smash in a sense, right? Because they're able to get like multiple types of different IPs in their own game, right? That in and of itself is cool, right? But in terms of like actual like well, no, I mean, because that does count for content, and that is pretty big. I know Genshin is definitely still popular. They get various characters every single year, and lots of people like continuously play the game. But Final Fantasy 14, though, like I don't know if this is just bias or like whatever the case may be, but they truly listen to the fans. They have like the letters from the producers darn every single month, where they're breaking down everything. They're listening to the community. They even did a meme dance the community made.
Yes, the twinning.
Yeah, the twinning, which that song inspired. And not only that, the meme is so prevalent. It's in what's that anime called? Pop Team Epic. It's in that anime now.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
Yeah, so I'm like, look, Final Fantasy 14. Look, Yoshi P loves his fans, and it shows with every bit of dedication and hard work he puts into the game, bro. Like, if Final Fantasy 14 doesn't win this, in truth, and no disrespect to the other nominees, I would genuinely be surprised.
Genuinely. So that's our takes for best ongoing. Conrad, what do you think about best ongoing game for these nominees?
Let me see here. Best ongoing game, huh? Apex Legends 5 Fantasy 14. I actually think it's Genshin Impact. Yeah, I'm actually gonna say Genshin Impact because the influence this game has as a free-to-play game with its gacha pull, which I know the Japanese are big suckers for, based on my last 3 weeks here. I think Genshin Impact deserves to get some recognition after start. Like, this is the ugly duckling story, pretty much, which has grown into a beautiful swan over the span of time. It has really managed to distinguish itself from Breath of the Wild. It is just taken inspiration from it in the end, and it stands on its own, and is an incredibly popular game, which deserves recognition. That's what and that's what the best ongoing game category is for.
Right. And honestly, like, there was a time, like, up until like Pokemon came out, like, I could not put down Genshin, but I actually haven't booted up that game in like a couple of days now. I should really go get them on gems for all that stuff. But Sky, what do you think about best ongoing game?
Out of this bunch, I'm gonna say Final Fantasy is gonna clean this up because it stole my friends for like 6 weeks over a minor. I was like, yo, y'all trying to get on this, y'all trying to get on that. They're like, now we're playing Final Fantasy.
Yo, now you can get with this or you can get with that.
Yeah, and I was
Oh,
like, but
boy.
I voted for Fortnite because I still go back to play. I still have a lot of fun with it. They always mix it up.
Out
Right
here
now, you
playing
can turn it to
Fortnite, man. Goop.
Wait, Goku's in Fortnite now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they took the Kamehameha out.
Oh nope, never mind. Game trash.
Yeah,
Nope,
I'm done. I'm like, as soon as the Kamehameha got taken out of Fortnite, I stopped playing again. I'm like, cool. And I have Goku and Beerus and all that stuff, and I'm like, nah, no Kamehameha, no dice.
So the point of being, I have a lot of fun going back to this game, regardless of how long the game has been out. Like, it's one of those like, I'm still having a good time playing this.
Right.
Wait, there's one final thing I gotta say because I completely forgot to say this.
What?
It's real quick, but just remember, guys, you know, all 5 games are fire, but Final Fantasy 14 was so successful that they literally had to stop selling the game.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. They had to
That's true.
stop selling it because it was too good. Just remember that.
Oh, big flex. Look at you, big man. All right. All right. Next category. This is going to be our last 5 categories. All right. Because I'm trying to like skim through all this stuff because we're going to be focusing on the games. Right. And game adaptations, whatever. Best score and music. Now, this is going to be very, very, very interesting. But now, we've got for nominees A Plague's Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal, Hellsinger, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I give it like, listen. You guys already know I'm a metalhead, and the metal music in Metal Hellsinger is amazing. But Xenoblade though, Team Ace, Team A, like I can't. Yo, did you guys know that the Xenoblade composition team, Yosunori Mitsuda and Team Ace, they're the ones that remix Gangplank Galleon in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And they remix, yeah, the Xenoblade, okay, of course it would be them, you know? And they also remixed, that's Halland and from Minecraft, like the trailer music, Halland and Diorama, whatever the fuck that name is. Yeah, they remixed that. And like, of course they would. That's them, you know? So I'm giving it to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. All right. Sonic Frontier should have been here, though. I will say this. I will say that. All right, Sky, what do you think of best score on music?
I also gave it to Xenoblade off of sheer respect that the songs in there are just gas. They're just so good. You're like, wow, like I hear them out of context. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I hear them all the time out of their context, and I'm like, God damn, this, ooh. You know, it's really good. So I voted for that.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. All right, Konyan, what are you thinking for best score on music? Since it's easy for you, huh? So what's so easy?
Yeah, it's Xenoblade. It's Xenoblade. Like, they knock it out of the park every damn time with this franchise. Like, I just don't know how they are able to be this consistent.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that with Xenoblade 3 is like, damn, like this is really, wow, like.
I can't keep getting away with this.
Yep.
I think I have my theory is that like Monolith Soft like absorbs the rest of the Nintendo employees, like sucks their blood for all their good development skill, just takes it all. Like they have a chamber where they sacrifice some of these employees to Monolith, and that's why these games are so good.
So there was a funny meme about the music specifically in which the meme is that the lead composer literally told everyone, all right, here, you're in charge of making this song, make this song, and basically said, imagine if you were making the final theme of the game. And then every track in Xenoblade 3 is like their interpretation of a final theme. And then there's themes that you hear, like the Mobius theme, that sounds like a fucking final boss theme. But no, that's when you fight Mobius people. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Shit's great. All right, I'm sorry to cut you off, Conrad. Continue.
I'm done.
Oh,
it's fine.
All right, wait. Ndakauba, right? Yeah, Ndakauba, you haven't said. All right, score on music. Let's get it.
Everybody on YouTube and Twitch, listen to me. All right, how you guys was listening to HMK earlier, listen to me. Okay, let me talk to y'all about Xenoblade 3. That music, oh my freaking bruh, the freaking chain attack theme.
Oh my god, the chain attack theme, yeah.
I forgot the specific term, but like the boss theme, like the whatever encounter, right? Like whenever you fight like a powerful boss and that theme starts playing. Oh my god, bro! You got like the with the battle theme, like when you're in the water. Oh my god, bro! The theme that plays which again, Xenoblade 3 has been out, so again, spoilers if you haven't played it, is what it is. When N loses M and that theme plays when he's embracing despair, bro.
Jeez.
Oh my god, bro, that track. Look, even if you haven't played Xenoblade 3, at least don't listen to the soundtrack. It is so good. And also, the chain attack theme literally sounds like a theme for like Smash. It sounds like a menu theme for Smash. I love it.
Oh my god. Ugh. That means it's too good. Like, yo, when I first heard the menu theme in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I was just sitting there. I was just like, that's not fair. That's not fair. This isn't fair. Like, nah, they can't have the menu theme this fucking fire. Like, how do I leave? How do I leave the menu? How?
It's just
like,
so good. Oh yeah, it's just so good.
Right. Jesus Christ. So, all right, so we're all pretty much in unanimous decision for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. All right, now the next category is Best Art Direction. The nominees are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, that game is fucked up, and Stray. So for me, it's funny because I gave it to Elden Ring because that game is beautiful, and it's funny because like I was literally, when I first played the game, I'm like, okay, so is everything gonna be like this hazy, like a mazy, hazy green, yellow depresso espresso shit, right? And then I went to Caelid, and it's all red. I'm like, oh, now this is pod racing, right? And then I went to the fucking Hogwarts area where you guys know what I'm talking about, where the castle, I forgot what it's called, where like the sorcery castle and shit. And it's all, yeah, not the capital. It's like it's the wizarding area, right? It's all blue. And then you go to the Capitol and it's all gold, right? And I'm like, and then you go underground and it's a fucking galaxy. Okay, all right, I'm sticking with Elden Ring. Because I was playing God of War. What I was trying to say is that when I was playing God of War Ragnarok, the more and more I play this game, I'm like, wow, this game is getting increasingly beautiful, especially when you see the effects of Fimbulwinter have on the other realms when comparing it from the original game. But then I'm just remembering Elden Ring. I'm like, wait, no, Elden Ring. Like, yo, how the fuck do you have a galaxy underground? Nah, that's Elden Ring. Sky, go ahead.
When you're just walking through a forest and you see a treasure chest and you open it and you end up in there underground and you don't know how to get the hell out and you're like, what's happening? And then a boss appears and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Elden Ring's just that game. I got swept up. It's just nice to just ride around on your horse too. Just look around in the atmosphere because like you could see really far and all of that is explorable. You're like, whoa.
It's super pretty, super pretty, right? And super varied. I was like really scared that Elden Ring's like art direction wasn't going to be varied, and that was going to be all like depressing. But I'm like, it's actually there's actually some really nice elements to it, and whatnot. So all right, that's me and Sky. Ndakauba, what do you think for best art direction?
Now again, all these games
you haven't played Elden Ring.
I haven't played them.
Yeah,
I have not played them, but again, I do respect it. And from what I've seen, all I can say is it would be a tie for me between Elden Ring and God of War. But that's really all I can say, just because I haven't actually played any of those games. But those games are freaking gorgeous, though. Holy crap.
Man. Those games are really, really, really pretty. All right, so Connor, what are you thinking on best art direction?
Best art direction. This one is tricky, but I will say the following. I think this is a little bit different. I would say, like, it's nice to see give it Elden Ring. The variety is cool and everything, but I think this is a category where they want probably to highlight actually unique art and something that really feels like wow. And I think Stray is a game that qualifies to that category with its like cyberpunk-y setting that is even more cyberpunk-y at times than Cyberpunk 2077, even with its best lighting effects on and so on. So I could actually see a surprise here. I think Stray might actually take it.
You know, it's funny because from what I see with Stray, it does look nice. And like I really like I'm a sucker for like the art style that Stray provides, and then from what I've seen, there's a lot of cool contrasting and colors in gradient, and bro, I eat that up. So I'm like, from what I see on Stray, I get it. I could definitely see it like beating all these other titans and whatever. I can see it, definitely. All right, next up, the last 3 categories, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final 3. Oh my goodness, here we go. Best narrative. And the nominees are A Plague Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality, which I honestly had no idea what this game was until they revealed the nominees. When I kept seeing Immortality, I'm like, yo, what is that game? What's an Immortality? All right. Personally, Elden Ring. Now, I know that's to have a lot of controversial takes when it comes to like best narrative, Elden Ring. Elden Ring doesn't have a story. It's like, no, Elden Ring does have a story. It's just that it's not spoon-fed to you that you're used to in this day and age, you know, whippersnapper, y'all Gen Z Zoomers and whatever. Elden Ring is literally gushing, bleeding, like pouring out of the seams with lore everywhere you go. You just got to put it together for yourself from the establishments of what is seen when it comes to the war, when it comes to like the whole idea of what happened to Caelid, when you see the dead body of like that, I forgot that dude's name, under the castle and whatnot. And then when you put together, you know, what went down with the twins of Melania and I'm not even gonna say it because, like, you know, that's shit that I want you all to discover if you all have never played Elden Ring. Elden Ring's
I
I'm sorry.
understand the hype. The problem with Elden Ring is that it's the presentation of the story.
Man, no, man, Conrad, no.
Yes, listen to me now. Listen to me now, because it's not the best lore category. The lore of Elden Ring.
Hello?
It's the way it is presented to you as a video game format. It's great to be able to, I'm going to watch this YouTube video explaining, but it's just the same problem as with Breath of the Wild. If you can piece the thing together, you end up with a very good story in Breath of the Wild. But Elden Ring, I just feel like this one is going to go to God of War Ragnarok.
Like I get what you're saying with the whole like compare and contrasting when it comes to the presentation of the story when compared to that Breath of the Wild, but I disagree in the context in which not only is there a gratuitous amount of voice acting and like hub updates when it comes to, you know, going back to I keep forgetting the I call it the round table, whatever, you know, when you keep going back to the round table, the updates with that, and then putting everything together of the shit that literally happens to you in real time, rather than relying on memories to put everything together. Like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's narrative was put together through memories for the most part. Elden Ring, there was so much shit happening at you, to you, and around you constantly, right? And if you decide to, you know, wiggle that noodle, then it all gets put together in front of your eyes. I mean, I'm sure people go to like YouTube videos for theories and like, oh, what did that mean? What did this mean? And like that helps create conversation. And that's another big difference between that of Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild. Whereas like, okay, Breath of the Wild, we go to the Lost Temple, right? What does that mean? Go search up the YouTube video, like it could be the Skyview Temple. I mean, there's Loftwings in it, but I mean that's what we gather from it. But Elden Ring is just like, this thing is this because if you go here and see that, then this means that, and then that's like stone clad. And I'm like, it's one of those things that like I feel it really is rewarding when you go out of your way to look around you and whatnot, and like that narrative, everything being put together, all the sub narratives when it comes to, you know, God, I am brain farting all these names, but the sorceress that helps you out, like she's the one who takes you under her wing and whatnot, and then what happens to her at the end is actually super fucked up. If you decide to go down that line, is all like super magical. It's like bursting at the seams with all this stuff. So like that's my take on best narrative, and that's why I think Elden Ring is best narrative, right? So let's throw it over to Sky, because I know that Ndakauba didn't even play Elden Ring.
We'll
get to
this is gonna be one of those where the balance is gonna go the other way, I think, in terms of God of War's favor, because it is much more, the story is presented in a much more traditional way, and it is really, really good from what I've heard. So I think because you don't have to, it's easier to consume the God of War story because the way it's presented than Elden Ring. I like Elden Ring's story, but I do agree with it's good because it's complicated, but a lot of people probably aren't going to really care. Versus in God of War, where it's in your face and a big part of the entire experience.
Yeah, like that's the whole, I would say, I don't want to say disconnect, but like the big difference between like how narrative should be perceived or how narrative should be absorbed by, video gamers or anyone reading or anyone consuming any type of media, right? Sure, narrative needs to be in your face when reading a book or watching a movie, but the beauty and difference of video gaming is that if the game allows you to explore and like not only put together the story for yourself, but also craft your own story along the way, that's like the big difference in like that powerful media that is video games, right? And I'm not trying to say this to like, sound profound or just like, oh, video games are art or anything like that. That's like, no, that's part of the inherent, carnal need to play a game and to go in a direction that you may not want to go, which is forward, right? Sometimes you want to go to the side, sometimes you want to go to the left, sometimes you want to go behind you. And if a game awards you for doing so, I feel like it shouldn't be like sandbagged that like it's not, only presenting your story if you decide to like, take 2 steps forward. But that's my take on that. Ndakauba, what do we got for best narrative?
All right, y'all. Look, I love each and every single one of y'all, right?
Here we go.
So please don't slaughter me. But again, I have not played any of these games. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, just because I haven't played any of the games doesn't mean that I haven't actually seen gameplay and don't have an opinion. And I will say that obviously we already know like Elden Ring took the internet by storm. Like everybody enjoyed that game, but also God of War Ragnarok did as well. The thing is, even though I know Elden Ring's like story is more like you got to go search for it, but it is there. The fact that God of War Ragnarok story is very straightforward is probably going to give it that edge because where with God of War Ragnarok, you literally will know the story no matter how you play the game. With Elden Ring, if there are certain aspects of the game you haven't explored, you might miss out on some stuff. And there might be some people that just want to burn through the game, or there are those who actually do want to take the time and actually get like all the deep lore things that most people may not try to go for, especially with it being a Souls-like game. So I would actually give that to God of War.
Fair. I get it. It's just that, I'm not saying that God of War is like, I'm not saying Elden Ring is so much more above that of God of War. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is that like Elden Ring should not be snubbed only because of how they present the story. Because a lot of people have been saying that shit all over Twitter. I'm like, ugh. Right. Now, moving on to the next category, which is the last of the two, is not the last of the two, the 2 last ones, is best game direction. All right. In which nominees we have is Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, again, I really need to check that game out, and Stray. Now, for best game direction, I'm giving it to Elden Ring. I'm giving it to Elden Ring 100%. Because, like, God of War's direction is really, really good. Like, don't get me wrong, especially playing off the original and then playing Ragnarok. But the direction that Elden Ring took, in which Sky said earlier in the stream, a Soulsborne game, but applying it to the open world facet and having an immensely condensed, gigantic open world that is not only just an open world on the map, but also a massive underground as well. It was the game that just kept on giving, right? And that direction in terms of, the changes they've done from previous Soulsborne games to this one in order to compensate for, I don't want to say easier, but more, I would say, not easier or lenient, but more acceptable combat. And everything else in terms of like, how you get around the world, all of the armor, the amount of choice you can make in terms of creating your character or taking certain routes and unlocking certain endings. Elden Ring for me gives it, I give it to best game direction for Elden Ring. That's me. All right. So how about we throw it over to Conrad for this one?
Agree with you. Like it is the leap of Elden Ring, much like in the case of Zelda Breath of the Wild in 2017, that makes it win the best game direction in my eyes. It wins it for all the right reasons. It's shown that you can combine modern with traditional. You don't have to cut out the best elements from previous games. No, you can build upon them. And that is the one area I feel like Zelda can really learn a lot from Elden Ring. You don't need to remove stuff that are golden already. Keep it in, but add more golden stuff. And I feel like this is where Elden Ring stands apart from every other nominee. Is just like it builds upon what the previous Souls games have been leading up to, without diminishing anything of the greatest things that have been in the franchise up to this point. And that's why I think it's going to win this category.
Nice. I definitely agree. You know, just like it's just, I feel Elden Ring is like that one game that really is a reset, and like it comes along and it just takes everything people know about what a game could do and what a game could be and turns it on its head. And I feel like a key part to that is the direction. Now, I'm gonna throw it over to Ndakauba. What do you think when it comes to best game direction of these nominees?
Yeah, I'm giving it to Elden Ring. The thing is, God of War Ragnarok, and this is the way how I usually see like games that have sequels, right? Usually the first iteration of said game, I always view as a skeleton, right? Because it's, you know, forming its foundation. And then usually, like, not for all games, but usually when they make the sequel, they build upon said skeleton to make the next game as refined as possible. That's how I view God of War Ragnarok. Now, I do know Elden Ring is a Souls-like game. If I'm not mistaken, it's not like any direct sequel to any Souls game out there. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure I may be. But even so, the way how it presented itself when it first came out and the longevity, even to this very day, is absolutely mind-blowing. Again, with the way how the game looks, the way how the game plays. Like, I don't want to say God of War doesn't have true challenge, but Elden Ring really tests like how well you're able to learn said mechanics of the game, how bosses are going to interact with you, et cetera, et cetera. Like being able to do something to that level of degree where even one mistake will wipe you out is extremely innovative to me, because most games nowadays don't really have that type of challenge. So I would give that to Elden Ring.
Nice. Sky, last one up on best game direction. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's Elden Ring. Like I said, I've never played a game that made me like go from hating a genre to clamoring for more. Like I cannot wait. They did so many good things in this. Like just that open worldness and being able to, like I said, leave my ass whoopings to go explore other ass whoopings is a big deal. Because in those other Souls games, you're usually gated. If you didn't beat this boss, you're stuck. You're not going. You had to persevere. At least in Elden Ring, you can persevere in like zigzag ways. It's not like one linear way to do it. And I think it's great for that.
Nah, I completely agree. And now we come to the final choice. Game of the year, ladies and gentlemen. The boys are in town when it comes to who will take the crown. The nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Listen, I loved Elden Ring. I am having such a great time with God of War Ragnarok. I played a little bit of Plague Tale. I played a little bit of Horizon. I didn't play Stray yet. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I know in my heart of hearts. Listen, before let me dream. Let me live. I know in my heart of hearts that it's probably not gonna win. I understand that, but imagine. But even if it doesn't, I'm giving it out. I am holding out to the truth. I am holding on to the way of life. This is it. This is for me. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is my game of the year. And I am honestly 100% ecstatic that this game was nominated. And that's all it needed to be for me. That's all it needed to be. If it doesn't win, I don't care. It was nominated for game of the year. That was good enough for me. this story, which combined the futures of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, and was a mastercraft of its own right in terms of a narrative, in terms of gameplay, in terms of a gigantic open world that is Ionios. The story of Noah, Mio, Uni, Tyon, Senna, Lions, and everyone in between and outside was a joy front to back, and I still can't put down the game, and I have over 100 hours, 150 hours and counting with this piece of amazing Nintendo product. I'm just sorry. So Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for me, that's for me. It's probably not gonna win, but that's for me. All right, Conrad, game of the year. What say you?
It's a battle of the giants,
The Titans, right?
And everything. Like, it's God of War, Ragnarok, or Elden Ring. I do think, though, that it's gonna end up just like with Super Mario Odyssey versus Breath of the Wild in 2017, where, yeah, the one game is amazing, and some may even consider it better than the other. But at the end of the day, it's all about the industry impact, I think, and the leap for the gaming industry as a whole. And I think that there's no question here. Elden Ring, it's already won Ultimate Game of the Year at the Joystick Awards for a good reason. Yeah, I haven't seen a game have this much impact since literally Breath of the Wild. And that's why I think there's no shadow of a doubt Elden Ring is going to win it.
All right, awesome. Like, a very good contender. I'm honestly good with either Xenoblade, God of War, or Elden Ring winning it. I feel like it's going to be a clash of titans between Elden Ring and God of War, and I'm 100% fine with either of them taking it. But like Elden Ring, I see why. And Ndakauba, what do you think?
Okay, now I do already know, like, the two titans for sure are Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. Personally speaking, I picked Xenoblade 3. And, you know, I've given multiple reasons as to why I believe the game is a worthy Game of the Year contender. And in truth, if it wasn't even a contender, I definitely would have gave up on the Game Awards as a whole. The game absolutely deserves to be up there. Now, do I think Xenoblade 3 is going to win? Absolutely not. Because of the fact of the two other games that are on there, God of War and Elden Ring. Which game do I truly think is going to win? I think Elden Ring is going to win. But my choice is Xenoblade. Again, like you said earlier, the story of Noah and Mio and the rest of the gang, again, and having the culmination of the beautiful environment of Ionios, again, the music that goes alongside it, the combat, like the overall experience of Xenoblade 3 is absolutely pristine. It is phenomenal. And there are, I think I've said this on Twitter, Twitch, and even on YouTube. There have only been a handful of games, actually less than that have engrossed me so much that my channel almost died. Oof. Right? Like, I would not care about uploading. I wouldn't care about going on social media, any of that. Those games were Persona 5, Xenoblade 1, and now recently Xenoblade 3. When I played that game, I could not care less about making videos. I just wanted to sit down and play that game all day, every freaking day. That game is phenomenal. That is my game of the year. And again, if it doesn't win, that's fine. Just like you said, I'm perfectly fine with it at least being nominated because it deserves it. Right.
Nah, like, I was the same way with Xenoblade. I was the same way with Xenoblade. I was the same way with Elden Ring. Bro, there were times like it may sound weird, like, to everyone watching, whatever, but when a game makes me physically sick, and what I mean by that, when I say physically sick, here's the the explanation is when I lose sleep. I don't go to sleep on time. My sleep schedule is fucked up. I'm just there sitting. I don't eat right and whatever. When a game makes me sick, that's how I know it's good. That's how I know it's phenomenal. It's like, oh, this game actually got me put me against the wall. Like, holy shit, right? It really like fucked me up, fam. But Elden Ring was one of them. Xenoblade was one of them. Oh man, Kingdom Hearts 3 when it first came out, that was one of them. Breath of the Wild. Yo, Conrad. I was literally, like, after I got my first, I would say 2 weeks of content done within the week of Breath of the Wild coming out, bro, I was bedridden. I was like, bro, but thankfully the Switch, you can take it with you in the bed. Oh my goodness. SkywardWing, what do you think about Game of the Year?
Yeah, Elden Ring. I can't even say nothing about it. The Game of the Year was decided on February 25th. I was like, wow. I'm sorry for everything else that comes up this year. It could be great. It could be 9s and 10s, but just nothing's touching this behemoth. It's just it brought so many people together from different facets of the gaming space because of how screwed everybody was getting by it. Well, like you said, like there was bosses that had people with a chokehold, and like those clips would go viral online. People facing it, triumphing over it, and it was such a huge deal. And I guarantee you, once they start talking about a DLC, Elden Ring once again sweep all the news again.
Yep.
It's a phenomenal piece of game. That right there, some good stuff.
And honestly, here's hoping that we're gonna get Elden Ring DLC, because I feel like, Conrad knows this before with the Game Awards. When a game is like usually nominated to Hell and Back, that's a good. I want to say it's a good sign, but I mean it's a good enough like indicator that we might see some sort of update with that game, considering that, Elden Ring and then the Souls games are no stranger to having massive DLC updates, that Elden Ring could have an Elden Ring update announcement over at the Game Awards, but here's hoping. But ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
What?
I have one thing I want to bring up as well, because we completely forgot about this. God of War has already won the Game Award once.
It has. 2018, the original.
I think this is exactly why also Elden Ring is going to win. Because it's like, yeah, you can probably get some other categories, but yeah, at the end of the day, even if Elden Ring wasn't at like this epic game that is being compared to some of the best games of all time, I just feel like God of War Ragnarok already had a handicap of the fact that they already have the trophy for the previous game, and that is the reason.
Right.
By the way, I need to leave now, so I'm very sorry for.
No. I was wrapping up right now. That's what I was.
Perfect.
All right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming out to the Fifth Dimension, now streaming live to both YouTube and Twitch moving forward. Why is this episode 70? Because episode 69 has been locked up in the vault and shall be unleashed at the time it is ready. But big thanks to my boys Conrad of Commonwealth Realm, Ndakauba, and SkywardWing for being here. You can find out how to get to their channel and the socials on the description box below on YouTube. And as we leave you, I'm gonna let them go ahead and tell you where you can find them here live on Twitch. All right, we're gonna start with Conrad. Tell them a bit about yourself and where they can find you.
I do Nintendo, a lot of Zelda on YouTube, but I'm also on Twitter with an account there where I post more, stuff outside of videos. So yeah, if you want to follow me, it's those two places, and I'm not going to be taking up more time because I need to get out and explore Tokyo. All
right, safe trip. I hope you have a good one. Thank you all so much for coming on out. Ndakauba, let them know where they can find you.
Hey, what's poppin', people? It's your boy, Young Beast Gohan. So my name is Ndakauba. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch, and of course Twitter. Well, YouTube and Twitch at Ndakauba, Twitter at NdakaubaYT. I do primarily Dragon Ball content. I do cover some Nintendo games as well. And of course, I'm still waiting for them to give us any info on Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. The year is almost over.
It's going to happen, I believe. Don't worry.
I hope so. But yeah, you guys can find me on all those. If you like Dragon Ball, Nintendo, all that good stuff, I'm your dude.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And then, of course, last but not least, SkywardWing. How you doing? Let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on just SkywardWing everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I'm working on a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video, which I'm really excited about. I commissioned the thumbnail where me and Quaquaфell are swole. It's like the Chad meme, like kind of dabbing each other up. And
oh wow,
I'm excited. I'm excited to put that one out. But yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I toss out to Lynn, the Fifth Dimension is not only a way of life. It is not only a podcast. It's also coming to Spotify, by the way, very, very soon. It is also a Twitch team that I run over on Twitch, and we're going to go ahead and raid a member of the Fifth Dimension to show them our love. We're going to raid Andy Brew, who is currently playing God of War Ragnarok. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to check out Andy Brew on Twitch. And for those on Twitch, we're going to start the raid now. So I hope you guys had a good old time with the stream. So we will see you guys next week for the Game Awards. And of course, we're also going to have another episode of the Fifth Dimension next week to deal with the fallout of the announcements and the winners. So until then, this has been your boy HMK. And remember to always dive deep, be brave, and enter the Fifth Dimension. We'll check you guys later.